breaking news. Now, live from Wavy News 10.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. We are breaking into programming because we have a decision thousands of drivers have been waiting for.
The state Supreme Court made a ruling. Let's get right to Aaron Kelly, who is there now. So, Aaron, what's the decision that's been made?
Well, I just got out of the courtroom, and the justices have reversed that decision made by a lower court in Portsmouth. That will mean that the tolls, the contract for the tolls, moves forward according to this ruling, but we have not been able to look at the opinion yet. I just talked to Patrick McSweeney, who is representing those businesses in Portsmouth that have fought for 2 years, fought against these tolls, saying that they are unconstitutional to be levied by a VDOT, to be levied by ERC, an unelected body. Now, Patrick McSweeney is going to go get a hard copy of it. That's not available to us until 9:30. But again, we just got out of the courtroom, and according to the justices, they have reversed the ruling from the lower courts, and that ruling was a couple months ago from a Portsmouth judge who originally said that it was unconstitutional to have these tolls on the Midtown Tunnel, the Downtown Tunnel, and they were trying to argue, the Portsmouth businesses that fought these tolls, they were trying to argue that a toll amounted to a tax and that was not something that ERC and VDOT could do. But again, this is breaking news. We are waiting to look at that opinion so we can get more information about the reasoning behind this decision. But again, they have reversed the decision from the lower courts from Portsmouth on the tolls. That's the latest from Richmond. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Aaron Kelly, thank you very much. And now we can get right to Andy Fox, who is in Portsmouth, and he's been there all morning speaking with business owners and those who were against these tolls in the first place.
They're watching this very closely. Andy Fox standing by right now. Andy, what's the reaction there?
Well, obviously, you can see. I mean, people here are just devastated. Many of these people here have been working on this project for 2 years. They put up a strong court fight, and of course, we have the information now coming down out of Richmond. Mayor Wright, what are your thoughts?
Well, obviously, this is very disappointing. I do want to thank all the citizens of Hampton Roads and Portsmouth that stuck together throughout this fight. It was one mission, one fight, one cause, and we stayed together. I want to thank Judge Kales for his decision and seeing through all of this. But this is a very sad day. This is a very sad day for the people of this region.
What do you do now?
Well, we've got to step back and see what's next. I mean, this is, again, it's going to devastate this region, and this is going to be a green light for more of these types of projects to come without the inclusiveness that it should be. So that's very disturbing.
We do not have the benefit of the decision from the state Supreme Court, but the fact that they overruled the lower court's decision indicated that they did not consider the toll to be a tax, and that it is one transportation project, and you can toll the downtown tunnel. And for those that might not know this, they want to toll the downtown tunnel because that's where all the cars are. Kind of like, why does someone rob a bank? Because that's where the money is. They have over 100,000 cars at the downtown tunnel every single day. They want to get that money and put it towards the Midtown Tunnel, which has a lot less traffic, in order to build the two.
And that facility has been paid for. That facility was built back in the 50s. We told it, and the taxpayers paid for it. And to do that again is very disturbing. I can't wait to read the opinion for myself and see just how the vote went down. But this is disturbing.
Another one of the issues that was brought up by Patrick McSweeney, the attorney, is that the State Corporation Commission is usually brought in to determine the rate of return. Like when your power bills go up, they have to, Dominion Virginia Power has to go to the State Corporation Commission to get that approved. That's what was missing here. The State Corporation Commission is not determining the rate of return on this project. It's going to be the private partners and VDOT.
That's very disturbing for a private entity to be able to set their own rates and not have to go through any board or any type of panel to have that. I mean, it just is not good news for the citizens. It's not, Andy.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Charles Greenhood right here. Your thoughts real quick.
Just very, very disappointed in the Supreme Court. Thought we had a good chance to have the lower court upheld. However, this is going to mean total devastation to the Hampton Roads economy and opens the door to unprecedented tolling anywhere they want do it to build another facility somewhere.
You're a businessman. How here at Brudy's, the restaurant Brudy's? How has this devastated you when they've just closed down the westbound lanes to do the work overnight?
There's been some severe changes in our business. You know, we're doing maybe half the business that we were doing on weekends because of the closures. Now that they've decided to throw us a bone and be open until 7 o'clock. Well, they close the tunnels down at 8 o'clock every evening. It's better than a complete weekend closure, but this is a blow that just is not going to be felt just here. It's going to be felt all over the Commonwealth. We're looking at economic devastation for all of Hampton Roads. It's going to mean the ripple effect is going to be tremendous when it comes to the residents of Hampton Roads, people visiting. The cost of getting around is going to be completely ridiculous, and college students, people that can't afford to pay such a high toll, is just going to be terrible.
You know the case. You've been in close contact with the attorney, Patrick McSweeney. Why do you think you lost? What was it about it that you think you lost? Obviously, I laid out a couple of the issues they must have considered.
The main issue was the constitutionality, and I guess they found some kind of a little hole that they could grab and pull their way out of it and overturn the lower court.
And one of the controversies also is with one of the justices, Bill Mims. So we don't have the benefit of the decision, but he was one of the architects of the PPTA, Public-Private Transportation Act. He's a justice, and he was ruling on this. And he was also a former law partner of the firm that was arguing against you. What are your concerns about that?
There might be impropriety here. I'm not quite sure. I just know that this ruling is, quite frankly, the worst thing that's ever come down that will change the economy in Hampton Roads and the entire Commonwealth. This opens the door for unprecedented tolling and taxing of people all over the Commonwealth to build a facility or to repair and toll in another facility. It's just a terrible thing.
Charles Greenhood, thank you very much. Guys, that's the latest here from Brudy's. You've heard from the mayor, you've heard from a businessman and a resident here of Portsmouth. Obviously, they're very devastated with this decision that has come down. Guys?
Andy Fox, while we have you, Andy, we're surprised to hear, well, some folks may be surprised to hear because a lot of folks have moved to Hampton Roads from communities where there are tolls and they are an accepted part of the economy. But they're thinking that it's going to devastate the economy in Portsmouth?
Right. Now, here's what the big deal is with the tolls, Don, is that oftentimes when you have a community that has tolls, there's an option. Okay, there's an option that you can go around what's ever being tolled. But the problem is with Portsmouth, which is a poorer community than the other communities in Hampton Roads, is that the only way to get to Norfolk in a convenient way is to go through the Midtown or downtown tunnels. And now you have taken both of those exits and entrances and you've put a toll on them. And many people here think that that is unfair, that it's fundamentally unfair. For example, you have the HOV lanes up in D.C., and they cost a lot, but you don't need to take them because there's plenty of other ways to get around. When you're in Portsmouth and you want to go to Norfolk, there are two ways that you can do it. You can go through the Midtown or downtown tunnel, and they're saying that what you're doing now is that there's a captive audience, and you have to pay that money in order to get across the Elizabeth River. So that's basically the difference.
All right, Andy Fox in downtown Portsmouth right now getting reaction to the state Supreme Court ruling that the lower court ruling the state Supreme Court has overturned the lower court ruling, meaning that tolls can be imposed on the tunnels starting in February.
That's right. Let's get right back to our Erin Kelly now. She's the one who broke this information for us from the state Supreme Court in Richmond. Erin?
Well, yeah, we were inside a few minutes ago, and the justices announced that they have reversed the decision in final judgment. This is something that has been going on for 2 years here, and it sounds like it ended here today. We are still waiting to talk to Patrick McSweeney, who was representing some of those businesses that Andy was just talking to. Mayor Wright has called this Portsmouth's Super Bowl. And, we want to talk to Patrick McSweeney about this, about what this means. He's going to be grabbing a copy of the decision, of the opinion. That's not available to us until 9:30, but he's going to be looking at it, and he said he would talk to us about this. We are still waiting to see what is inside there. What was the reasoning behind this decision? This came down very quickly. Patrick McSweeney left the courtroom. He's gone across to the clerk's office to get a copy of the opinion. And again, this is something that has been going on for years. The Portsmouth judge had originally ruled that it was unconstitutional to have these taxes, to have these tolls on the downtown tunnel and the midtown tunnel, saying that these tolls amounted to a tax. But all along, ERC has argued that these tolls are not taxes and that this project is an integrated transportation network. And it appears that they won that argument today. We're sent it back to you now live in Richmond. Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.
Erin, thank you very much there at the state Supreme Court. We do want to remind you this decision has been reversed. The decision that tolls are unconstitutional and not allowed to be on the tunnels, which originally came down in August when a Portsmouth Circuit judge said that they were unconstitutional. But again today, just moments ago, the state Supreme Court overturned that lower court ruling, saying yes, the downtown and midtown tunnels can now be tolled, which means those tolls will begin in February.
And those tolls, if you don't remember, will be $1.84 for passenger vehicles and $7.36 for trucks during peak travel times. And of course, truckers are crying about that, saying it's going to impose another tax and another expense on their business. And they may be thinking about what other routes they can take through Portsmouth or around Portsmouth. And of course, folks in Portsmouth are very upset about that. Again, the state Supreme Court ruling that tunnels can be imposed at the downtown and the midtown tunnel.
And we will continue our coverage throughout the day. We'll have a comprehensive report for you at noon and also in our 90 minutes of news beginning at 5 o'clock. You can also get all updates on our website at wavy.com. We're still working to get those court documents of the official ruling, the full documents explaining exactly why the Supreme Court came to this decision. We expect to have those in our hands at 9:30. And as soon as we get new details on that, we'll be sure to come back on the air and pass new details along to you.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We will have more news as it comes in. And now we return you to regular programming.